the north. Anyone else from the north? We'll have a drink later.
I like that one.
Right, I'm Kimb Jones. Yes, girls, we'll talk about that later. I run a little agency over what we do. Relatively new. Don't want to talk about that because that's just wrong. The talk title is Theme Law, which came because I originally wanted to call this talk Themezilla. And if you know anything about the WordPress theme marketplace, there's already a theme shop called Themezilla, non-ironically. But this is a talk about how WordPress themes have sort of gone a little bit mad. And if you want to follow me, I'm MKJones on Twitter, website KMB.me. It's supposed to be funny, but you'll probably find it more of a LOL. And if you're wondering who is this dude, I actually, a few years ago, started my own WordPress theme marketplace. I don't like to talk about it though, because it was only open for about 18 months before I had to close it down. So I've been there, done it. Right, so this is to talk about themes. I'm sure we all use them, heard of them, made our own, purchased them, and back in the day, I think every WordPress talk I ever do starts like this. Back when I started using WordPress, yeah, things used to be really simple, like this. Now, when you, especially the premium ones, it's more like this. You've got like a dashboard that is just, there must be more options than in, for example, the Windows options screen. It's ridiculous. And as Exhibit A, I had a look around the web, ended up on, obviously, Themefusion. And Themefusion, for those of you that don't know, who doesn't know anyway? I probably don't need to explain it then. It's a theme marketplace, and this is the #1 selling theme of all time on Themefusion. It's called Avada. Has anyone heard of it or used it? Couple. Wow, that's why it's the #1. Right. But the problem with this theme is it includes the following features. And this is no joke. We've got layer slider, revolution slider, elastic slider, Themefusion slider, and flex slider 2. If you like sliders, you'll like this theme. Who likes topography fonts? Everyone? Excellent. Over 500? That kind of thing? Because 400 is clearly not enough. And then we've got 5 different header designs. 6, obviously too many. This is where it gets even more ridiculous. 18 homepage layouts. I mean, 18, spend an hour on each, choose the one you like. And then we've got 6 blog layouts, which, come on, that's a massive letdown after 18 homepages. But still, how can they do that? 6 different layouts? And then it gets worse. We all have shortcodes. How about 100 shortcodes in a theme? I don't know, how did they get to that number? I imagine they were at 98 and they were like, oh, come on guys, we can reach 100 if we just come up with some really stupid ideas. This is an unlimited sidebars, because obviously we count unlimited. And not scientifically possible, but unlimited colours. I don't even think the Retina screen can do unlimited colours. Integration with WPML, Google Commerce, social media, Google Maps, Vimeo, YouTube, MySpace, Dogecoin, and more. Some of them I made up. But you can see that it's, if you're not using WPML, there's a lot of junk in there, a lot of crap that you're not going to use. And there's more. If you go to the website, we've got stuff like one-page parallax. Everyone loves a bit of buzzword. Bingo, BB Press forum design, strong SEO base built in. Not sure what that means, but it's in there. And you can go to their site. And we're not trying to belittle this thing because it is an awesome product. But when you look at all those options, you just sort of can think something's gone wrong here. So that's the top selling theme on Themefusion, and it's been around for a long time. These guys are the Dream Theme team, and they're from Ukraine, and this is a theme they published called The 7, which September 2013 is 10,000 sales-ish so far. So this is a relatively new one. Have things got better? Sort of. This one's only got 4 different headers. It does, however, have 12 different skins. It suffers from the same buzzword issue because it's responsive, fluid, and retina ready. So they've just thrown every sort of marketing spiel they can in there. This one also has 5 sliders: Late Styles slider, Revolution slider, Porthole, Metro, and 3D, if you're wondering. And if there's any typography fans out there still, 700 fonts, plus one awesome, which if you count, that's 701. And again, scientifically inaccurate, infinite background colours. Bit of a letdown, the next one, only 40 show. But this is the mouthful. Integrates with Contact Form 7, WPML, all-in-one calendar, events manager program to forms, WooCommerce, SEO by yours, all-in-one SEO pack, W3, Total Cache, WP, Super Cache, Jetpack, Love, Comment, Discuss, GeoPost, Ultimate Maintenance Mode, GeoSequel, and Next Gen Gallery. And then at the end, etc. in case you need it. I didn't even add any journals to that. That is the true copied and pasted text from their website. And again, this comes bundled with a shitload of plugins, which if you followed the theme marketplace model over recent years, you'll notice a change to the idea that if you buy a theme, it needs a certain amount of premium plugins or it just won't work. So these guys built this, and without Visual Composer, this theme just doesn't do what it should do. And weirdly, it costs $55 to buy this theme, but you get $82 worth of plugins if you buy it. Not sure how that's economically viable for the plugin vendors, but it is. So all of these plugins that bundle into this theme are also for sale on the Theme Forest network on their sister Codecamp. And if you've ever used Visual Layout Builder, which is the Visual Composer plugin by WP Bakery, you'll know that it looks something like this. For those of you who can't see, it's like a drag and drop column-based layout. If you want to split your columns to 3, 4 or whatever, you can build up really, let's be honest, impressive layouts like this, all from the WordPress dashboard. And it's pretty cool, apart from the fact that all this is a plugin that perhaps is adding a massive overhead to the size and the performance value of the theme. So, who wants this type of theme? I mean, a show of hands, who looks at that and thinks, yeah, come on, let's buy this. I want 700 on this, yeah. So, with the sales count, the Avada theme has sold nearly 70,000 copies. 70,000 copies at $55 adds up to a bucket load of money, nearly $4 million. That is just enormous. So, this works, people are buying this. And even the relative newcomer, the 7, has sold 10,000 plus. And that's been on for just under 2 years. And I'm sure that $500,000 is a lot in the Ukraine. It's got, that is a lot of money for a theme, to earn from a theme. So it's clear that the market for this sort of thing is massive. If you go on Themefusion, all of the themes that are in the top 10 or top 5 have got that sort of model. And they are monsters, they're ridiculous, they are enormous. Some of them are 20 meg downloads. It's really scary, and it makes you think when you look at these themes, what exactly are we building? It's not a theme anymore. These are not themes. This is some of the options again that you can get. Layer slider, retina, custom mega menus, video support. Like that's a sales thing. Anyway, the problem is that these are not themes. They are something else. They're a replacement for, I'm trying to not sound bitter, people like us, web designers. They're something bigger and better than a standard theme. They are Squarespace. Who knows what Squarespace is yet? It's like a website building tool. So this is Squarespace for $55 a one-off fee. They put stuff like, want my website builder to share. Have you seen the adverts for this? Yeah, awful. These things that you can buy for $55, $60 just do a lot more than this can do out of the box, and they're a lot cheaper. It's a one-off cost. And you don't need any web skills to learn how to build a website with these things. Anyone can do it. Yes, there's a ton of options. Yes, it'll take a learning curve, but it's not the same learning curve as sitting down and learning HTML or learning how to code a website. And you've got to be honest that some of these things are just amazing. When you look at the options and the features and the functions that have been built in, you can't begrudge something like the Avada theme making nearly $4 million, because it's a ton of work that's gone into that, and it's changed the landscape of the theme marketplace. And they're incredibly good value. I still can't believe that for $55 you get all that and lifetime support. Something's wrong there. There's 70,000 people out there with lifetime support and they only paid $55? Anyway, so it's wrong, and we know it's wrong, because it's just excess to the maximum. It's like this guy, and it's just all too much. No one needs, I mean, there are a few guys at the back, shame on you, that much in a theme. And I remember, again, back to the old days, that WordPress was never meant to be like that. This was the first theme I used, good old Kubrick. This was a theme, you know, that you hacked about. I think it was about 200k download, nothing particularly impressive. But these themes that we're now seeing just dwarf this capability and size. And if all you want is just a decent website, then you don't need 200 shortcodes, because I still despair when I read any more than 5 or 6 shortcodes in a theme. Because the issue with shortcodes, as we all know, is if you want to change themes, you're going to have shortcodes in there that you just can't use. They'll show up as plain text. So you're locked into that theme for life, unless you go through every page that's got a shortcode in it and strip it out. And if you really need 700 fonts, then you've got a problem. Because 700 fonts isn't very good for usability, is it? And 15 homepage layouts. I don't know why we stopped at 15. We could have probably done 1,500. But you know, one is enough. Because most clients and users just want one that is unique to them. And yes, you could probably find one that's unique or good enough within those 15. But do you really want to wade through 15 options and 700 fonts to get there? Then you've got things like drag and drop, which I've messed around with a ton of times. You must have seen plugins that do this. Big columns, so you can drag and drop columns. You throw content in. Some of them are better than others. Some are free, some are premium. They all do a similar thing, all very different. None of them really work, let's be honest. And also, think about it. How many times do you want that sort of layout in a page or a post? Maybe once or twice. It's probably something that you'd set up at the beginning of the development process and then never really touch again. And embedded plugins are a curse. If the guys who write visual composers suddenly fall out with theme forest, who's going to support that option? What if it's not compatible with the next version of WordPress and your themes all break because it's got this plugin in it that the theme developer didn't write, and it's not his problem that it's no longer supported. It's a real issue. And again, it wouldn't be an issue if the themes worked without the plugin dependency, but most of them don't. So what can we do? Well, simplify. Who uses StudioPress themes? Anyone? Genesis Framework? These are nice, simple themes. If you want to change your logo in a StudioPress theme, you open up the source code and you replace an image. There's no button in the dashboard that allows you to upload a new one. You just either hack the CSS or you replace the image. That's the sort of thing that we should be aiming for, because it's not difficult to replace one image with another. We should also separate plugins and themes, but in a more pragmatic fashion. Don't have your theme reliant on something like, I don't know, Gravity Forms, because Gravity Forms might not support the options that you've put in, and it might screw things up in the future. It's going to go further down the line where you're just adding complexity inside complexity, and the theme's just going to grow out of proportion. And if it's a theme, don't call it a theme unless it's a theme. The point I'm trying to make here is, these aren't themes. They're website building tools. A theme that's got 700 fonts in and a drag and drop interface and the ability to spawn off 18 different homepages is no longer just a theme. It's something else. We haven't come up with a term for that, something else yet. But it's probably about time we need to, because it's just getting too confusing. Because if I'm a theme developer, I can't do that sort of thing for a client unless they give me a $4 million budget. It's ridiculous. So don't try to make one theme for everything. And that's what these guys, a lot of the marketing spiel on these theme websites says, this will be the last theme you ever buy. And it's true, because you perhaps won't need any other theme. Yeah, you'll end up spitting out websites that are all homogeneous and look pretty much the same, but you won't have to buy any more because you've got 700 fonts and 15 homepages. So make different themes for different types, like cars. There's no point putting a set one. That would be pretty cool if you put a set of 4x4 tires on a Porsche. But anyway, the themes that we need to start building need to be more niche, more bespoke. And if we go back to building themes, not website builders, then we can offer themes to people who are designers, developers, that are easier to build off. This is responsive. It's not the best theme, but it's nice and simple, and it's free, and it's in the WordPress.org repo. You can download it, you can hack it around. It's got some really great features, and the options in the back end are relatively simple. So this is just a theme that was built a little bit old school so that you can hack it around. It's not like this with hundreds of thousands of buttons everywhere. It will just cripple the user and give them choice paralysis when they open this options panel. And you've got to agree that everyone just needs a website for them that is optimized for their needs. If you're going to buy one of these $55 themes and try spawning it off 5 or 6 times to very similar clients, then they're going to cotton on eventually because their website looks a little bit like mine, but it's got a slightly different font. It's not the right way to do it. Obviously, it works because they've sold 70,000 versions of it, but it would be a lot easier. I'm sure the work involved in customizing one of these website builder themes is just as much as it is in customizing a nice, simple base theme. And then if you make your themes extendable and easy for developers, we're back to the StudioPress thing. A lot of their child themes that you can buy or that you get as part of their theme club, they're nice and easy to use. You can pick them apart. It's relatively easy code. You don't have to worry that if you change a line on a functions.php file, all your widgets will disappear. It's nice, easy, and something that anyone with some very basic theme knowledge can modify. And I think people should start charging more money. $60 is the maximum amount of money that people charge for themes on Themefusion. $60 for themes like this that have got e-commerce functions in them, backwards compatibility, integration with Facebook, all the way, they even work with IE9. $60, I wouldn't even charge a client to get it to work with IE9. It's ridiculous. These should be $600 or at least something like $100, maybe $99. I think the Genesis framework, which is the StudioPress platform, is about $100. So why are these all so cheap? Obviously the market's there and it's bringing money in, but I just think $60 is maybe not embarrassing, but it's offensive to the guys who spent time and effort building something as amazing as they've put together. And really, lifetime support for $60, that should never happen in any economic state. They should be thinking about monthly subscriptions, at least. So if you're buying a theme for $60 and you want support, you should really be paying for it down the line. Because $60 for life, I don't know, that just doesn't work for me. I use graphic forms, I'm sure a lot of you do, and it's something like $100 every year. And the support you get is great. But if I'm expected to pay that for life, then I think I'm just asking too much. So let's get back to making themes for everyone. Let's stop building these website builder themes. Yes, there's a market for them. Yes, they are selling, people use them, they're relatively cheap, but I don't think that's a viable way forward. People want simplicity and bespokenness, if that's even a word. And everyone will be better off if we can get back to the days of yore and just stop building these monster mega themes that promise the earth, but we all know that they're incredibly frustrating to use, incredibly bloated, massively performance heavy. Most of the time don't run on hosting that's more than 10 quid a month, and everyone will be happier. And that was Theme Wall. Thank you very much.